Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Eifel Whisky. This is their Peated Rye Whisky, coming in at a 46% ABV. No age statement on the bottle, but according to the website, it's at least 7 years old. So for full disclosure, I reached out to Anthem Imports, which is their distribution company here in the United States, for a review sample. They were kind enough to send this over for me to review, so just keep that in mind. So strap yourselves in because we are in tail for a ride. This is such a process to bring this whiskey to a bottle that I had to share it, and that's what made me so excited to reach out for a review sample because this is so unique. I don't think I've seen anything have this much detail put into it. So starting off with, this is a 700 milliliter bottle, and it's coming from Germany. It's comprised of 90% raw fruit rye and 10% malted barley. Again, at least a 7-year age statement on it. So I'm going to be reading this from the website because it is quite a process. So it is a blend of two different whiskeys. Half of it is aged a minimum of 3 years in Bordeaux wine casks, followed up by 4+ years of freshly emptied full-size Lefroy 10 barrels that were ex-Maker Mark barrels before that. And from what I've been told, Lefroy doesn't like to give out its full-size barrels too often. They usually like to get rid of their quarter cask ones. So that's pretty cool already. Now the other half of it is actually done up 4 to 5 years in freshly dumped Lefroy 10 barrels as well, that were again ex-Maker's Mark, and then spending its final 2 years in first fill red Bordeaux wine casks coming from Chateau Ozon, which is a top wine in the world, and again, a cask that most people probably didn't know existed, but knowing that it's such a prized wine, I'm excited to see what that brings across because, again, this has that detail to it that is unlike the average eye, I feel like. When you're going through that process of not only the build for your mash, but then that casking process and the time it takes, this has to be a labor of love, and I'm so excited to share this with you. So, as always, we're trying it 2 different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a drop of water, see what changes up. As always, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel itself for plenty of videos. And if you're interested in picking yourself up some bottles of this, the links will be up above and down below. But I've never had a German anything when it comes to whiskey, so I feel like I'm almost setting myself up for future failures for having something of this detailed nature. I mean, look at that color. That is dark. I mean, that is a dark brown golden color. It is gorgeous looking. I'm excited. So, let's go for notes. Ooh. That is almost dessert-like. There's the peatiness. Oh. The peatiness is waking up. Oh, there is, like, at the beginning, you get this beautiful dark chocolate. Very heavy-handed in that. And then as it's waking up here, getting a bit of that rye grain going on, that bit of spice. But it's not like any other rye you've ever smelled. It's just a bit of earthiness going on in there. And actually, the peatiness isn't as strong as I was expecting it to be. It's a little lighter, but it's kind of peeking through. Oh, you could definitely get the wine influence on this. Dark fruit notes going on. But the peatiness, the peaty smoky element is almost like a smoldering fire. Yeah, like you have, or like if you take an orange or a fruit for a cocktail and you char it a little bit. Oh yeah, that is unlike anything. The Bordeaux wine casks are dominating here, which is obvious. But the Chateau Ozon, unfortunately, I don't know what kind of notes go with that. But again, being that it's a red wine, I'm going to assume it's helping bring out more of those deeper, rich fruit notes. That is gorgeous. All right, let's go for taste. That is a rush of flavors. Holy crap. Oh. Ooh, there's that peatiness in there. I'm going to get us walking through here real quick. I got to try to comprehend everything that just ran through my brain. But the peaty ashiness at the end, that's a ride. It's not as heavy-handed peated as like a Bruichladdich with the heavily peated or something super heavy smoke. But I also kind of appreciate that because I feel like maybe the wine cask would have gotten hidden more by that. There is some earthiness going on in here, but some sweetness. Let's see if I can walk us through it here. Dark, deep fruit. A bit of chocolate. This bit of grain right here, this rye grain, is bringing in a slight spiciness to it. Almost like a ginger or a gingerbread spiciness here. It then opens up a little bit more, bringing a little bit of sweet in here. But it's so far back in there that you have to kind of go looking for it. Then it brings up the smoky element. That is very much reminiscent of a smoky campfire, like a smoldering fire. Like if you had a fire going, you threw a whole bunch of leaves on top of it, or like branches that had leaves on it, so it's kind of smoldered it out a bit. And you have some of that kind of burnt sticks and leaves going on, so that's kind of creeping up through the cracks a bit, but you're still getting a lot of the ashy smoke to it. The deep, rich fruits to this, phenomenal. Even in the linger here, you're getting these beautiful, beautiful, like fig and plum and these deep, dark fruits. Third step here, it comes up a little more ashy at the beginning, a little more ashy peaty going on. But then it just goes right into all those deep, rich fruits. The rye spice is phenomenal in here because it is not like an American, it's not like a Canadian, it's not like any other rye I've ever had. But it is reminiscent of a rye. It's kind of spicy, but it's also got a bit of herbal, medicinal going on, but not like anything else you've ever tasted. That is a ride that is for a peated lover, but somebody that wants more sophistication to it. I love smoky peaty, obviously. But to be on that kind of dialed in level to also bring out those deep, rich fruit notes, I would have to say, wow, that is just an amazing sip. Amazing. Okay. Let's add a little bit of water. See what happens here. Under most circumstances, adding water to something like this is going to dissipate that smoke. But it also tends to bring out a little bit more sweetness to things. Beans, this is unlike anything I've ever had. I'm curious what'll happen. All right. Let's go for notes. Ooh. Yep. So again, the smoky element really isn't there, but it really wasn't heavy-handed here either. But definitely the wine cask influence is got turned up a notch or two. It's a little fruitier, a little sweeter, but more like a wine sweetness to it. The grain doesn't really show up anymore. You don't get much of that grain spice in there. It's kind of peeking through, but not super heavy-handed in that. I love it. I love how rich and decadent it still can be. It's just got all these characters of a luxurious dessert. Very rich, but also very fruity. Here you're getting more of the peatiness going on here. A little more smoky on that one. Here you're just getting beautiful, beautiful. And again, from this nose, you almost wouldn't think it's peated, but it's just kind of lightly smoked. Either way, let's go for taste. Oh yeah. Whoa, okay. The fruity element here from the wine casks is definitely 4 or 5 notches above this one. It's a little more abrasive on that. Not in a bad way, just a little more punch in your face, like this is dark fruit. Here it's not as heavy-handed, but it's a little more precise. Here it's like just a nice big bowl of fruit. The smoky, charry element is showing up on the taste as well. So it's almost like charred fruit yet again. But again, I'd almost say like if you took a plum and charred it, I would assume that's what it smells like and tastes like. It's good. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. This is an exploration whiskey. Second sip here, I'm getting a little more of the rye grain going on, but it's not still heavy-handed in that. The fruit elements are so pronounced in this one. It's definitely going to take you on a ride. I'm going to go back to the neat version again. That wins my heart. That's great. That wins the heart. Just because of that smoky, peaty element that's in this one, it's not as present here, which I expected. But again, if you're into wine cask finish things, adding that little drop of water is going to bring you home even more than the neat version does. But if you're more peaty, this is gorgeous. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So looking around online, you can actually order this like through Reserve Bar, and you can actually pick it up in some southern states like Georgia and places like that at Total Wine. And it's usually sub $100, like right around like $95, $98, $100 range. I'd pay $100 for this all day. I'd have no problem with that. This beats the pants flavor-wise, so a lot of beautiful bottles that I love. I'd easily pay $100 for this. I have no qualms against that. I'd pay $120 for it. To be honest, I'm a huge Scotch fan, obviously. Again, I've paid good money for things like Lefroy Lore and some of the limited edition art bags, things like that. This is just on another level. It's gorgeously done. The peated element is here. The fruit element from those wine casks is done so well here. Take my money. I'll buy another bottle of this when this is gone. You damn well bet I will. I'm definitely going to be doing some A/B comparisons with this one too, so hanging around for that. We'll put it up against some other peated bottles to really kind of give it its test run here. And again, if you're interested, I'm going to put in some links down below in the description area so you can order yourself a bottle or try to find it in your market as well. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Eifel Whisky, Peated Rye Whisky. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirit I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.